now it's time to get into the fun side of today's town hall. And before we welcome, Collin's going to join us here today. But before we get started, we're going to ask Collin to choose a couple of award-winning Dracula costumes amongst our audience. And we will send each of them a very nice bottle of ketchup or something
else. It's a surprise.
Welcome, Collin, to Smerry Town Hall 122.
Hello. Can you see me?
We can see you.
Hear me? I want to say thank you to Paul for the history on me. All the talk of me being ugly and bloated. Thank you. You're very kind. I too have a gory piece. This is a gory piece called Watch What You Say, Paul. Okay, please, everyone, calm down. Turn on your. By the way, this is the only wig I had. So today we're going to find out which of the Brady boys is a vampire. It's all of them. One joke. I'm very lonely because I laugh that way. So, listen, guys, vampires, Dracula, and I had to do my own history search, and I thought this is going to be easy. No, it's not. Is it, Paul? It's not. It's not simple because the etymology, there's no words for stuff. Like they didn't have a word for vampire until the 1800s, but they had the concept before that. And also the record keeping was hazy. People who had interactions with the undead often ended up dead. So not a lot of record keeping. By the way, unmute yourself so I can hear you guys. I want to hear your interaction a little bit. Yes. I want to hear your all right, so here's the deal. Okay, mute was fine. Mute was okay. Listen, we're going to do the criteria of what it is to be a vampire. Here it goes. Number one, you have to be undead. All right. So not Mickey Rourke or Gary Busey undead, but like Ice Cube or Tom Cruise undead, impervious to age. And number two, you have to suck blood or the life force of other humans. So naturally, I thought of my kids. I was like, vampires. And then I thought, well, if I give them blood to eat, if there's too much nutrition in it, they're gonna be like, this isn't candy. So they're not vampires. So number three, no reflection, which rules out my other suspects, the Kardashians. And number four, you have to be faster, stronger, and harder to kill than a regular person. So Tom Brady, maybe? That's kind of what I was thinking. But he didn't suck the air out of the footballs. He actually just had somebody let it out, paid them. So he's not a vampire. But let's go into the origins a little bit, like my friend Paul did. Vlad Dracula. Okay, I did a deep dive on Vlad Dracula, and you just learned about him. And he's heroic. He's considered heroic. The vicious Romanian warlord called Vlad the Impaler was considered heroic due to I don't know. He was called the Impaler because he would put people on spikes, and then you didn't cover this, Paul. He would dine amongst them. He would sit and have his dinner in the forest of the dying, just among the dying people. Now, we've all eaten at Waffle House, but this is different. He caused them to die. So the weird part is he's a vicious killer, a ruthless, vicious killer, and he's still hasn't been canceled. The statues are still up. How has that guy not been canceled? And I'll tell you why I think it is. It's because if you start canceling the European and Asian rulers of antiquity that were immoral or unethical, there's just no end to the removal of statues. There's no landfill big enough, and honestly, how would you stack them? Would it be least vicious and ruthless to most vicious and ruthless? Because if so, Vlad doesn't even make the top of the pile. Because you had Genghis Khan, whose non-consensual genes are in 5% of Asia, which that's pretty bad, right? So Vlad would be up there with him, though, and maybe that would be the best justice. There are two statues pressed against one another, maybe spooning in ultimate frustration for eternity. So that's just my idea of justice. But why are those guys still considered heroes, and they haven't been canceled yet? We don't get to watch the final season of House of Cards just because Kevin Spacey was a little handsy. I mean, come on, some closure. And here's what they think too. I don't know if you covered this. They think that the drinking of the blood was that myth comes from bloodletting. That was an act of bloodletting. That was a medical procedure for many centuries. They would, and it was very popular right up through the 1900s, which is crazy. That it was because they said that the humans had 4 humors. They had phlegm, they had blood, they had black bile and yellow bile. And if you were out of balance, then you would get sick. So if you went to a doctor hurt or sick, that's what they would be concerned about, your levels. So if you're like, and those were tough times. You're like, I think I twisted my knee fighting a bear to protect my children. And the doctor would be like, well, you probably just have too much blood. No, I lost blood in the fight with the bear. Yeah, but not enough. We're going to let more out and see how it works out. I think you'll be fine. So that was and actually they used to drink blood for real in ancient Rome. That was one of their remedies for epilepsy. They would make epileptic people drink the blood of a freshly slain gladiator. Because, and this is where the etymology comes in, they didn't have a word for communicable or hepatitis. Because if you're drinking the blood of a guy who lives in a dungeon with other guys and he fights them to the death every weekend and is basically a rock star, epilepsy, I think, is the least of your worries. Right? That's like drinking the blood of the Dallas Cowboys defensive line to get better, It does come down to etymology. That's what I found, Paul, as I was looking through all this stuff. The word vampire didn't exist until the 18th century. They called him everything from Shagoyas to guy whose land I want. So some think the origin of the actual character was incubus or the succubus. I don't know if you didn't really talk about this. So the incubus or the succubus was the seducer, that the evil seducer that preyed on the innocent. So apparently they didn't have a word for Kevin Spacey. So let's talk about Halloween history. Halloween history. Let's cheer this up and off of the Dracula death stuff. Halloween history was originally 2,000 years ago. The Irish called it Samhain, and they would sacrifice animals and feasts and have a feast, and they would prepare for winter. That was the idea. And they'd have these giant fires, and they would throw all the bones on the fire. They called them bonfires. Sound familiar? Yes. Bonfires. That's where the word bonfires came from. So when you eat, you're at a barbecue at a friend's house and you're eating a piece of chicken, and then you look around, make sure nobody's looking, and then you throw the bone on the fire. That's like an Irish thing you're doing. You're either conjuring ancient Irish spirits or you're just a drunk, lazy guest. So then the history of trick-or-treating is that's fascinating. It originated in medieval Britain during the All Souls Day fest. They would have these big festivals, and then at the festival, the poor and the needy would come and they would beg for food, and they would be given sacred pastries. Not the kind that you guys from California get from the dispensary, but like pastries made from blessed flour called soul cakes. That's what they were called. Which I don't know if you guys know that, but this fits perfect because that's AJ's rap name, Soul Cakes. Know that? Do you guys know Jock's rap name? Old Cake. So no S's on the front or back. That's how he likes it. And I don't know if you guys know, there's an album coming out in December by the duo Old Cake and Soul Cakes. And but we'll talk about that later. That's a different commercial. So in return, these people would get the soul cakes. They would pray for the relatives of those who had passed away, of the people who gave them the cakes, which is cool. It's an exchange, like all, trick-or-treating, kind of that's the idea. Like teenage kids, this is what they used to do back in the old days. Teenage kids would dress up and go door to door collecting food, money, and ale. Isn't that funny? They would give the kids ale, and in return, they would dance and sing and recite poetry and tell jokes. That's what used to happen. Now they don't even wear costumes. They just show up in their dad's golf cart and demand candy dressed as themselves, and then they get their own ale from Uber Eats and come and smash your mailbox later. So that's the modern incarnation. And apple bobbing, this was my favorite. Okay, this is the last one. I'll spare you all the. Apple bobbing was used as a divination game. Did you guys know this? It was they had young women would peel an apple and throw the pieces on the ground, and then they could tell the pieces would tell them who their husband was going to be. And that's how they did it. And now they just use TikTok dances and Instagram filters. But and apple bobbing is just reserved for getting COVID from your neighbor. So that's my history deep dive. Thank you, Paul, for talking trash about my belly. I'm trying to reduce it. I've been working out. I believe I told 12 jokes. 12. Are you ready for trivia?
Yeah.
Yay!
All right, that's my time. Okay, here we go. Number 1, which state grows the most pumpkins? California, Iowa, Illinois, Massachusetts, or New Jersey? Think about it and write it in. Okay, I think technically it's Florida, but the alligators eat them and the meth heads try to mate with the pumpkin. So, yeah. Does anyone have an answer for this one they want to say?
Iowa.
Iowa's incorrect.
Massachusetts.
New Jersey.
You are incorrect.
New Jersey.
California.
We are narrowing it down, but nobody's even gotten it.
California.
It has to be Illinois if it is not all the others. What is with SMA? They don't know this, how you divine. You have to, it's elimination. Okay, we don't eliminate the SMA. Everything's positive. Upbeat, it is not. It's Illinois.
It's Illinois.
And it's Illinois. That is the answer. If you got that, you got one. That's good. I met the pumpkin from Chicago once. And, good pumpkin. Who wrote The Legend of Sleepy Hollow? This is a fill in the blank. First, do it. Don't say it out loud. Okay. And hint, it was not an autobiography of Dr. Kevorkian. You guys write it in? Are you good?
You're not giving us a multiple choice?
No,
No,
it's
I gotta
fill
write
in the
it in.
blank. You have to write it in.
Oh, say it again.
Who wrote The Legend of Sleepy Hollow? Not Dr. Kevorkian. Write it in.
Collin
Okay.
Moulton.
Washington Irving.
Holy moly, that's it. Yes, and he also was a tight end for the Green Bay Packers. Okay. Who starred in the original Ghostbusters? Fill in the blank with at least 3 names. And if you have 3 of them right, I'm going to give you time on this. Maybe 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop writing. If you have partial credit if you got Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Which is the most famous haunted city in America? Fill in the blank. City in America. Okay. It used to be Kansas, but then they found out that was just the wind and they were wrong. It was not haunted. So you fill it in.
Amityville.
Amityville is a good guess, but that was a movie, sir. This is reality. AJ is very connected. He's a cinephile. He likes all that, but that's not the world, sir. This is a real. It might be close, actually. I don't know. Let's put it this way. Lots of people died there that didn't deserve to die, but they...
Salem,
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
We have a winner. We have many winners, I bet.
Yeah.
People should know this one. Here we go. Where is Transylvania, otherwise known as Count Dracula's home, located? Where was I born?
Romania.
Romania.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Romania.
Slovakia.
It is Romania. That is correct. And there is also a North Carolina.
Romania.
What's the most popular adult Halloween candy? Now keep it clean, Jacques.
Candy corn?
Candy corn.
Reese's
M&Ms.
peanut butter cups.
Nope.
Kit Kat bars.
Snickers.
Hint, my friend Mike Malone might know. Also, my friend Mary Mack.
Skittles.
M&M's?
M&Ms.
Nice.
Oh.
How come somebody missed that? Okay. Somebody said Skittles. He's like, I don't know Mike Malone, but he probably likes Skittles.
Thanks for the hint.
Question. Which Halloween candy was originally called the chicken feed?
Candy corn.
Candy corn.
Candy corn, yes. Not popular in Iowa. Very offensive, by the way. They found it offensive. What was, number 8, what was the worst Halloween candy ever?
Candy corn.
Candy corn.
It is candy corn. Iowa voted twice. What was voted the Halloween? Question. This is question for Dick and everybody, but mostly Dick.
Candy corn.
Yeah, correct, sir. No, that was the previous. All right, here we go. Where does double toil and trouble come from?
London.
Shakespeare.
Look
Yeah.
back.
London. So AJ said London.
Yes.
William
It is
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare. That was one to find out who went to public school. So good job. Which U.S. president? Our final question. And by the way, I wanted to say Gory. That was a shocker to me that Gory the artist was a cat lady. Okay, here we go. Which U.S. president told a group of school kids at the White House that the White House was haunted by the ghost of Abraham Lincoln?
Eisenhower.
Incorrect. I believe at least 2 of you were probably in his administration.
Obama.
No,
Trump.
2 of the older guys.
Nixon.
Not that old.
Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Reagan.
Reagan. Bush.
Carter.
Bush. It's George H.W. Bush jokingly told a group of 600 school children that Lincoln was rumored to haunt the White House. And then he very obtusely went, and realized what he had done and went, it's crazy, which is so sad. But was it too soon? Too soon? That's my favorite. Okay. Thank you guys very much. I love you. SMA is my favorite in the world. We do these Zoom shows. Faster comedy.
Thank you, Colin.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Count Collin.
Yes.
As always, fabulous.
Oh,
Wait a second. We have to decide who the winners are of
Okay.
the costume contest.
I got 4.
We got to do the costume contest winners. Okay, put your
Okay.
teeth in. I'm going to tell you guys what I tell my grandmother when she's trying to call me on the phone. Put your teeth in. Here we go. One. I can't get the. Okay. So what do we got here? Let's see who we got. I think Luis Estrada looks pretty good.
Oh, okay. Give us a second. Let's see if we can spotlight Luis.
Luis Estrada.
Louise? Where's Louise?
I'm making a joke. It's just a picture. Okay, here we go. I really was into. Oh wait, how's Peter looking? Let's see what Peter's got going. That's
Can
like
we highlight
that's
Peter?
like convertible Dracula.
We're
Can we
not.
spotlight him?
Who do you highlight?
I'll put it on speaker. Spotlight him. There he is.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Hey, your teeth are a little
Oh,
off, buddy.
wow.
Got an issue there with your teeth. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna Count Gregory. I'm not scared of that guy. I'm not scared of the teeth on the last guy. Count Gregory. How you
Do we
looking?
have
Let's see.
Can we find Count
Oh,
Gregory?
that's great.
There's Count Gregory.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good
Pretty
one.
good, man. If you don't move around, it's even scarier.
Oh my gosh.
When you move around, that it's kind of funny.
Yes.
All right. Who else? What's with Dick Easum? Dick, what do you got going? Do you got a costume on, or are you just like scary looking dark in the dark there?
Cousin It from the
What's-
Adams
what-
family.
What's he got? What are you? Oh,
Cousin
what are you?
Ed.
Oh, your cousin
Cousin
It.
The Adams family.
Okay. Well, but he's not Dracula,
Oh.
so get him out of there. That's pretty good.
Well,
I like that
did
one.
not track it.
And then who else do we got here? We got some vampire ladies. We got some oh my gosh, Patricia Ventura. Let's see what we got. Put her
Oh,
up.
yes.
That's
Uh-huh.
Nosferatus right there. That's Nosferatu.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
Yeah.
Good one. That's a really good one. That's the full-on
That's
Nosferatu
really good.
throwback.
Ooh.
All right. And then Petrice, are you in on this, or is that just a picture? That's a picture. Jennifer Purcell, what do you got?
Jenny.
Jenny, there she is.
Oh,
Jenny's looking pretty
Oh,
good.
nice teeth.
Got a nice cape.
Looking great.
Got the hood. All right. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll just go ahead and remove myself from the competition because I have the Brady hair, so that's a win. We'll let you guys.
I like
compete.
your hair though.
It's the Brady hair. The Brady boys are all vampires. All the Brady boys have powers.
You gotta pull up Darren Durkee. You have to pull up Darren.
Oh, okay, Darren Durkee. Yeah, help me out here, guys.
Yeah.
Darren Durkee.
Hey.
Put him up. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yes, it is. Okay, I thought he was a ringer, AJ. I thought he was like somebody you paid to come in and look like. Oh my gosh. Okay.